Doing today? This is James T. Right back at you with the bounce back. Now we've been doing this little bounce back show for a little while. Took a few weeks off and back at it, starting our new calendar in July. So I want you to understand, hey, this is James T with Promise Resource Network. Again, today, alone in our studio, our mobile studio, just wherever we are, but I got good information for you today. Typically, I do have a guest. We're going to come right back with some guests starting next Tuesday, 1 p.m. Now, don't forget to look at the screen. We got the welcome desk on here. Here at Promise Resource Network, we have someone to answer the phone. Here's the phone number right up here for you so you can see it. When these people answer the phone, they're going to be jolly, happy, and can't wait to talk to you about anything. To welcome you as we reopen and get re-kick started with our new location here at Promise Resource Network here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So don't forget about that number. Also, we have a warm line number. Yes, not a hotline, a warm line. So what we love about the warm line is there's people who are working for Promise Resource Network, also elsewhere in conjunction too, and we're all certified peer support specialists, happy to help people just walk through life with people. We're here to listen to you, to talk with you. You may have received this information to call us for whatever reason in your recovery, but we are pro helping people through their recovery right here at Promise Resource Network. Warm line confidential. Everything that you say is confidential. It's 7 days a week, 24/7, 833-390-7728. And now we're going to get started today with the topic. You know, we talk about COVID. We talk so much about COVID over the last year. You know, so many people are sick of hearing that. But at the same time, we have to rebound and bounce back. And, you know, this show was created to talk about issues and ways that we rebound in our recovery, our own recovery. What are we doing personally? So today I thought about talking about metaphysical things that are spiritual, things that keep us grounded, because we're in a space where people are going back to work. Let me show you a couple of things here. Let me talk to you about a couple of things that people face when they going back to work, going back into their workplace and their environment, the concerns that people have, right? So more than 2/3 of workers say they're concerned about going back to work. This is talking about clearly anxiety, worried about being connected and reconnecting. These things could also add stress. Remember, our job here at Promise Resource Network is to help you walk through. And we don't want added stress. We don't want the stress that'll continue to have people back where they were. And we want recovery to be recovery. If it's not helpful, it can't be called help. So when people are worried and concerned about the boundaries between their coworkers and themselves, worried about how things look and how things are placed, it's too much. So guys, listen, there's a lot of things that we can do. One of the things that we do have for you is that warm line. The warm line with someone on that phone that you can talk about. Again, 24 hours, 7 days a week. And don't forget about the help desk. All right, now let's get into it. I thought about going into further details related to things that you can do to help yourself. You know, in the background, you might be able to hear some music. I like to listen to jazz music. We work, we have to reward ourselves with ourselves. We have to be the best selves we can be. Some of us like to cook. Some of us have that option. Some of us like to exercise. Some of us have that option. Some of us like to meditate and do a lot of different things. So when I was coming up with a thought process about adding value to ourselves, we have to be able to get there first. How do we get there in that space within our heart and our mind, unless we have a travel device? So what I usually use is things to make you feel good. We have to stay in a place that make you feel good. When we have news or issues, we might struggle with in some areas. Sometimes people only bring you, and from the outside of you, bad news. You have to fight for your sanity. You have to fight in the bounce back space for your own peace and peace of mind. One of the things I like to do is coordinate colors. I know I don't look like it, but I like colors. So in my research for different colors, I've noticed some things about shades and colors. You're decorating, redecorating, cooking, eating. Things look great when you're eating vibrant looking foods. It's got a lot of color and added to it, additives. People always take pictures of food. Why do you think they take pictures? Not just because it smells good or it's about the presentation, but color is very important. I don't think people take a lot of pictures of foods that were all one color, one shade. So when we look at the spirit, the aspect of green, green is a reassuring and uplifting color. Did you know that? Especially when it's got a dollar bill and a man on it, right? It's uplifting. We didn't know that, but there's several shades of it. So let me explain to you. Refreshing, reassuring, and promotes a sense of peace and supports positivity and balance, emotions. Yeah, green. Green does that, guys. Different shades of greens. Let me read you the shades so you understand. Marsh, fern, key, lime, light mint, and reclining green. Yeah. All those different things help shape your psyche and what you're thinking about, how you think of things. Yeah. Let's look at another one. How about this? How about brown beige? That was my dad's favorite color, brown beige. And purple. Purple contributes to a sense of authenticity and regal confidence. It's also liberated shade, promoting meditation, encouragement, and heightened spirituality. And you look at the research, you see in the past, people who were kings and things like that, what they do? They wore purple. These are things that are not by accident, guys. They're not by accident. So let's find time and space within our own hearts, with our own minds, to first validate ourselves, validate how important we are in order to make a better space for us. So I call it protecting my circle, protecting my energy, protecting things and people coming from the outside that can rock my foundation. It doesn't mean I'm avoiding anything. I just know what I see after a certain amount of time and a certain amount of age. We have to be able to express ourselves and be free, not constricting, not power over others, but free. So I rebound every day by protecting my spirituality, protecting my circle, protecting my peace, and only engaging in spaces that I really need to or really want to. It's very important to me. Hopefully it's important to you. Let's look at a couple more colors, guys. The undertones of brown. Remember we talked about brown briefly. Light brown, beige, tan, neutral colors. Make them welcoming and warming. You may be subconsciously and more relaxed while surrounded by the shades of color in the color family. So in the color family, beige makes it kind of may make you disarmed and relaxed. That's why certain rooms that have certain colors, even in facilities, there's rooms and things like that that have certain colors. So there's a psychological aspect to it. So when I'm at home in my space, I like certain colors. It makes you feel good. It connects to a feeling. Also, we're going to get into the Solfeggio scales, which are another thing that brings balance if we understand how to use them. So I'm going to go through an understanding on what the Solfeggio scales are, how they're used, how we use them, and what they bring, what they add to my life, what they can add to your life. Remember, we're talking about the foundation of things from the inside out. And that is my core of bouncing back during COVID. It's me personally. Starts within me. Nothing on the outside of me can validate me. Nothing on the outside of me can bring me a sense of value. When we identify with things as an object, or we identify with things as a sense of self, or people even outside of us, we become not as strong as we should be. We become actually weaker, guys. So We first have to bounce back with us. On the other previous episodes, we talked about a lot of different things in wellness, the 8 dimensions of wellness. We can't practice any of that until we have something for us, until we have us. Okay, so let's go one more. Pink. Let's look at pink. The color pink and brightness in pink. The appearance of a room, making it more expansive. So pink makes a room more expansive, kind of like a mirror, make things look bigger. Warmer shades of pink also contribute to a happy, carefree vibe. Middleton pink, Sonia rose, smoky salmon, cherry juice, and pale primrose. These are all aspects of pink. Cool. So now I want to get into some understanding of some of the Solfeggio scales. You say, James, what's a Solfeggio scale? A Solfeggio scale is basically the foundation of music. We all love music. Right now in the background, we got some jazz playing, and it's playing at 432 hertz. So when you guys hear hertz, you hear a Solfeggio scale, a Vertus A. I don't want to lose you, so I want to keep you with the understanding that the vibration from very young of age as a child, everyone has a thing in common called music. When you play music in your home, on your phone, around you, there's a certain kind of music brings value to you. It also, a certain kind of music makes you feel a certain way. Everything's about feeling. So we found in our studies, and scientists who are way smarter than I am have found that Solfeggio scales mean everything. For example, 528 hertz and 432 hertz resonate with the trees, with the grass, with the earth. In other words, those nodes that we put on when you go to the hospital, or you're getting an x-ray, or you're getting some kind of scan, they put them all over you. They have these same things that you can use for plants. You can put them on a plant and hear the vibration, hear the sounds that the plants are singing to you, but you don't know it. 528 hertz is a Solfeggio scale, Vertus A, which means the A scale, the sound vibration that it's giving out resonates with nature, healing, metaphysically. It repairs the DNA of you. So you can play that same sound mixed with R&B music, jazz music, or you can just play it as a regular scale. A lot of people don't understand it, don't know that. You can go to whatever streaming service you choose and type in 528 hertz R&B music, and it all come out, which means that music has been remastered with the vibration of 528 hertz going through it. So let's break them all down. For 396 hertz, guess what it does? Now practice this. 396 takes away grief. It turns grief into joy. Can you imagine that? You can listen to a sound and it vibrate within you, within your body, because your body has organs. It has a vibrational tone already. So 396 turns grief, a negative feeling, into a joyous feeling when practiced. Okay. 417, I've done this before as an experimental with people. 417 cleanses trauma. And don't we all have or have had our parts of trauma? Over time, playing 417 hertz while you're cooking, while you're sleeping, while you're walking through the house cleaning, while you're doing a regimen, while you're practicing art, doing laundry, raking the yard, planting. These scales are here and they're a part of the earth. They're helpful. So 417 heals trauma. I've tried an experiment with children. And let me tell you, when they hear this before bedtime, they stay asleep. It's peaceful. And if you play something else, they may get riled up. So I'm teaching these Solfeggio scales so that you know that that makes with some of the other things that we talked about, colors, things that are in the core foundation. This is before going to work. This is before going back out there dealing with stresses or concerns or worries. This is before any interaction or engagement with a business or other people. We're talking about the power that you have within you, the vibration that you send out, protecting your peace. This is a very big concern. It's a high concern. And a lot of people talk about it, but we always talk about it after someone has got us off of our square or our foundation and we're frustrated. So as we talk about and continue to shape conversations related to bouncing back after COVID again, a lot of times we jump already into being at work, and jump already into going back to school, jump already. But what do we do before that? That's important. So 741 Solfeggio scale. Now you can find all these, and I'm gonna send you a link. I'm gonna add a link to this. You can find all these on YouTube and other streaming services. 741, self-expression cleanses your cells. Yes, that's right. You can actually wear the headphones when you're working out, and you can listen to all of these scales and all the power these scales have for you. You can utilize these colors. Even if your room's not painted that color, you can see the colors. You can do things within yourself to make yourself a clean vessel of happiness, because everything, guys, is connected to how you feel. That's what helps me in this rebounding process of what we've gone through over the last year. All the stresses and details and changes, starting at home first and hitting home. That's the most important. It's always the best place to start the best you can before you go out and face anything on the outside of you. So 741, self-expression, right? Cleanses your cells, actually it's your cells inside your body. 852, awakens intuition. Yes, you can go to YouTube and type in 852 hertz. Listen to it. You can also, once again, add this to or call this on like a Pandora streamer and say R&B or rock or classical music, whatever. 852, add that to it, and it will pop up the music, jazz, fusion, whatever. You can type in these scale numbers, and I'm telling you all the great scales in terms of the numbers and telling you what they do so you can understand. So 852 awakens intuition. What is our intuition? Is it connected to us? How do we know something before speaking it or not speaking it? How do we get it? Because there's a feeling involved. And our feeling says, don't go in that direction. Our feeling says, don't get involved in that. That's intuition. So 852 Solfeggio scale brightens your intuition. Maybe that's one to listen to when you're sleeping. Maybe you wake up. So how you start is an indication of everything, how we start. 963, restores spirit. This is actually the one that they call the God resonance. 963, scale, vibration. So let me give you a hint. Our water is 85%, our body's 85% water. Our kidneys are like 80% water. These people have done studies, and scientists have done studies, guys, on how the vibrations affect water. You can play hard rock music or certain kinds of music and direct it at a glass of water and put it in a freezer and play a scale, Solfeggio scale, connected to the earth, and do the same thing and pull them both out. Yes, there's been studies. I've seen them personally. I've done some of these myself. And you can look at it, not even with a microscope, and one will be black and the other will be looks like snow. So if something that you can't see, like energy, can do that to a bottle of water, in your body, your mind is made up of solutions in water. What do you think is happening to you? So 963 restores spirit, 852 awakens intuition, right? Now let's talk about history. In history, back in times we know, we learn things, and oftentimes we get blessed with ideas and things that come into our understanding. And just because we find a use for something doesn't mean that it's not other uses for it. So you can find something that could be a blessing, but that same thing can be a bad thing or used in a bad way. So, excuse me, back in the 40s, early 40s during war, a man by the name of Joseph Goebbels found out about the solfeggio scales. Now, the solfeggio scales are used by who? Mozart, Bach, all these people to create this music. And it's no matter who you are, no matter what your background, no matter if you're a hard rocker or someone on the street singing rap music or whatever the case may be, when you hear these scales, you just relax. Everybody can get something out of it. However, this gentleman found that these scales, and he found one that was not digestive to the human body. It's called 440 hertz. 440 hertz actually and Stipend's creation. 440 hertz was used to make actually war weapons. Why am I talking about war weapons when we're talking about bouncing back? Because I'm trying to get you to understand that even something good that we're talking about, starting from the beginning of our core, when we get up in the morning, through meditation, through prayer, through whatever it is that you do, I'm adding to that. But just to show you, 440 hertz he used to point that direction very loud, like sleep deprivation, but audio deprivation. It would make people throw up and make people sick. And you say, wow, that's interesting, but it's not so much interesting when you realize that even in America, here where we live, a lot of the music was connected to a lot of the actual machines that make the music had been toned to 440. So now now you're making a connection. So we have to guard ourselves and wonder what we've been listening to, and then re-attract that to what it is that we desire. As I look out into this post era of COVID and how COVID impacted us, impacted everybody on the earth, and all the restrictions that came from it. And as I look out and I say, what do we have? We have a lot. We have a lot of people who have grown, a lot of people who have earned even a better living. In the very beginning of the pandemic, guys, we were shut in. Lakes started to get clearer. Air probably got better from what the reports we heard. And we should also take and heed to get better for ourselves. That restricted time, being away from our family and friends at close boundaries, hopefully should and could have made us even better listeners, better friends and family, better connected to things that are positive and the things that matter the most. I think that as we continue on now we're able to go back. So can we imagine that we've all been children and we're all been on a punishment, and mom or dad says, you did that wrong and you gotta go, and you can't go out with your friends for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and now we get to go back out. By now, I'm hoping that we have a better protection within ourselves for guarding our energy. When we go back out, maybe I can go back out and make sure I'm around the right positive environment. Make sure I'm around the right positive people. Make sure that what I give to the community and give to people, it is bountiful. These are my thoughts about some of these things. And I see that we may have some chat. As I see some of the chatter, I see people, hey, I appreciate all of it. Listen, going back to some of these thoughts, what do you think? If anybody's listening, you got a chat, say it. I want everybody to understand that you have more power that's inside of you than anything else. Hitting back on the warm line, guys. Just remember, what's the quiz? The warm line is for what? This is a quiz. I know you can't answer. The warm line is for anyone who needs to call, anyone who wants to call, wants someone just to talk to, someone just to listen to them. There's been a lot of stresses out there since the pandemic. A lot of people couldn't be where they needed to be. For others, a lot of people couldn't be where they needed themselves. They need to be at this meeting. They need to see their people. They need those hugs. They need, but actually taught them that they could stand on their own. So we got a warm line, 833-390-7728. Call anytime, 24 hours a day. There's someone there to talk to you. Don't forget about our welcome dance. Kimberly Porter will answer that phone and welcome you with open arms. If you have anything that you need or that we can help provide some type of direction with resources, guys, listen, that's what we're here for at Promise Resource Network. We also are underway with our reconnection to the community. So we are now officially embarked on reconnecting to our hub spaces for people to come and just be here, people to come who need some resources, people to come that we can talk to, people come. We've got people to receive you here. So this is our purpose. And in closing, I just want to say that I appreciate you guys. I'm hoping that you got something out of the understanding that we need to start home first, and it's inside of us. There's nothing outside of you that should be validating us, more important than us validating ourselves. The power that we have within, the choices that we have. I just provided you several choices that you have that you can use on a daily basis to get you in a peaceful space, possibly. It's very possible. It does with me. So going back down through them, 528 hertz, 432 hertz, Vertus A, the nature, healthy healness is mathematical repair to the human body, 432 hertz. Play it, mix it with regular music, ask for your streaming company. You can just Google 432 hertz with R&B music or with whatever music, and it'll mesh it together. Tremendous effect on the body. 396 grief. It changes grief into joy. 417 hertz heals trauma. It resonates with your flow and your vibration. You ever walk past somebody and touch them on the carpet and you get shocked? We have energy and vibration inside of us. 639 hertz. Enhances communication. I didn't talk about that one. I'm glad I went back over it. Can you imagine that? 639 hertz has been proven to enhance communication. What do we all need? Are you married? Are you single? You have children? I wonder what will happen if I play 639 hertz music, or just the scale, the vibrational scale while I'm cooking dinner with the children. It's worth a try because I've done it. 741, self-expression. Very important. We need to be self-expression. We need to be free. Freedom to express yourself. Not power over where someone has power over you, but freedom to express our own ideas, our own thoughts. And it's okay. Everything's okay. 852, awakens intuition. What is my intuition? We've been going on pilot. Government told us we couldn't go outside. We need to awaken our intuition. So this bounce back episode is about bouncing back metaphysically, the spiritual aspect, the power from within, not so much the things on the outside. 963 hertz. Restore spirit. It's also called the God consciousness of the Solfeggio scales. Yeah, I'm hoping that, I'm hoping that we talked about colors, that to embrace shades of colors and what they actually do to our psyche, psychosis. We need to use what is already there. This is what it means when someone says you already have it. I'm speaking to you guys. You already have it. I'm speaking to all you guys. You already have it. So thank you very much for being part of this episode of The Bounce Back. I appreciate, hopefully some of the things I said resonate with you guys. We'll be back next Tuesday, 1 p.m. with a special guest, and hope that you guys are doing well, do great. Speak power. Start from the beginning of the morning with your power. And remember, everything's always working out. Say it constantly. Say it in the mirror. Say it when you're walking. Say it when you're talking. Everything's always working out. In some way or the other, most of our emergencies always work out. So listen, we love you guys. Promise Resource Network. Thanks for coming and listening to me speak to you guys about bouncing back in recovery, bouncing back with our recovery agents, our agents of change, bouncing back during COVID and now post-COVID. Remember, we got the warm line. Call anytime. And we got a welcome committee, welcoming desk, 704-390-7709. After this is done, guys, I'm gonna embed a link to a video that you're gonna like, explaining all the things that I just showed you. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful day.